2, 1, and hit the record button now. So let's do this thing. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this special review. A little bit later tonight for this, but one way or another, I was going to make this happen because it's a long weekend of wrestling right now, and a lot of shows that are going on. And first up, one off the bat, one of the big shows is the Clash at the Castle that happened earlier this afternoon today, about 12 o'clock my time over here, and a good what was it, about 2.5 hours, I think, about two and a half. Yeah, about 2.5, 3.5 hour show, 6 matches and whatnot. But first, let my co-host for this review introduce himself.
All right. Thanks, Bryce. Yes, this Caillou, um, straight face sport. Yeah, I enjoyed the show. Caught it a little bit late, but yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yes, it was a lot going on. I think this was a really, really great show. I enjoyed it a lot. I think Cardiff was a very hot crowd out there, a great crowd out there, honestly, in Cardiff, Wales, and whatnot. So like I said, they were hot throughout most of the entire show. And like I said, with 6 matches going on, you knew they were going to be stretching a lot of time for these matches that were going on here and whatnot. So it was a lot going on. Okay, on this show today or tonight or whatever it was, the time in Cardiff. During that, because like I said, over here it was daytime, like 12 in the afternoon and whatnot. But let's get off right off the bat onto the first part of the show. Match number 1, 6-woman tag, Bianca Belair, Asuka, Alexa Bliss versus Bailey, Io Shirai, and Dakota Kai. I know they gave them new music now, I believe. So I know they came out too. I guess they have their own, stable theme now for Bailey and crew. But very hot way to kick off the show.
Um,
Really good match. A couple botches here and there, but it was not a bad 6-woman tag. I'm sure everybody knew who was gonna win, anyways, given what happened last Monday on Raw. So I think everybody knew who was gonna win here and who was gonna get the pinfall and whatnot. But I did enjoy this match. Like I said, good opener. Bailey, after I guess everybody hit their finishers on Bianca, Bailey got the win, which obviously at some point she will be facing Bianca for the women's title, Raw
that
women's
was
title.
my favorite part of the match. I ain't gonna lie to you. That gang up situation, everybody just ganged up on Bianca. Basically, I'm like, oh, to let y'all know, it was two things. Establish Bailey Group as this, notorious heel group that win by any means necessary and really goes by the number game. And it shows you how they go, how strongly they book it, Bianca. I was talking to my brother earlier, and some of these people, idiotic people, don't want to give Vince his due when it came down to with Billy Bianca. Like, give the old man his due. For real. He built a star, and she's a star. Oh my goodness, she a
Definitely a
star.
very big star, very big
And,
star.
and the book is so strong because that situation right there, anybody else would have got probably one finisher and boom. No, she got all three finishers. And that's how she got beat. So I ain't had no problem with a person who won. I mean, the team who won because like you said, but when we watch on Monday, we kind of figure who was gonna win on Sunday. I mean, on Saturday.
Yeah, it was obvious that Bailey and crew were gonna win, and whatnot. And like I said, they had to get their heat back and look strong, anyways, because it's a new stable and everything, and they trying to make Bailey and them look as powerful as they can. And they did it here today, and whatnot in this tag team match. So we already knew who was most likely gonna win, anyways, because like I said, they didn't win the tag titles on Monday, so you knew they had to get their win back from here and beat Bianca and crew. But you are definitely right about Bianca being booked really strong. Like you said, it took 3 finishers to take her down.
But man, I would kind of size it up. Bianca and Bailey, and my goodness, man, Bailey got some size on her. If anybody haven't noticed, Bailey definitely got some size on her.
Oh yeah, she's not. Yeah, she's not small.
Long time. Cause I was sizing both of them up, but she actually got height over Bianca, and some of the size she still a little thicker than Bianca too when it comes down to the size difference. So that would be a great, terrific match. I can't wait to see that match.
Oh yeah,
Can't
that's
wait.
gonna because let's remember like I think like this is like one of Bianca because let's remember before Bailey got hurt, she did face Bianca,
I
you know,
like that woman. Shit.
yeah, for the SmackDown Women's title, and they were in Hell in a Cell, and a couple other matches. When they were in the Thunderdome, this is like literally before the fans came back, and that's when Bailey got hurt, and whatnot. But yeah, they were in a pretty big feud at the time for the title and whatnot. So now they've revisited back upon it now since Bailey's return. So it's gonna be a really good match when the next one happens. But overall, I enjoyed this women's tag. Good opener, really good opener out there, and once again, the crowd was hot for it.
Yeah, very hot.
They're definitely hot. So like I said, good opening match. They also showed Tyson Fury in the crowd, which we will get to him. Gonna see him a lot later on. And even Bret Hart was out there because remember 1992 SummerSlam, Bret, British Bulldog. So it was great to see Bret out there. Got a pretty good pop out there too. It's Bret, so I guess he's okay with the company right now and not shitting on him this time. Hey, we know Bret, justifiably so though sometimes. So I'm good to see him out there. But next, in my opinion, I think this was
Match.
one of the best matches
Favorite match.
of the day.
My favorite match, Bryce. Real talk.
I'm
And
I'm
my
right there with you.
favorite
This is match of the
boy,
day, and that
man,
eh,
they went.
yeah, definitely. I'm sorry, I know we both talking at the same time, but nah, this is the match I believe both of us think the match of the day though.
Mhm.
Sheamus versus Walter for the Intercontinental title. One Imperium was back. I you know what are they calling him now? Vinci or
They
Eichner?
call him Vinci. Still calling him Jim Biden Vinci.
They still calling him
It,
that? Okay,
yeah,
I was
yeah,
all right. I actually thought it was Fabian Eichner once again. But all of Imperium was back. And whatnot. So I was glad to see all of them. I actually hope they just keep Imperium back together because I never thought it made any sense to just only bring two of them up and then leave the other one down there and change up his whole gimmick. So
that was something, man.
yeah, we're gonna give you this Italian thing, and then it didn't look like it. I don't know if it was really working for him down there on NXT. He was trying, but I didn't know what to think about that whole picture because I damn near wanted to compare it to like Melina's entrance, but well, Melina didn't have cameras that automatic cameras that can change up filters and stuff. She just had a paparazzi um, and everything. But I was glad to see Imperium back together. Because they showed Imperium fighting off what's his name Holland and Dunn out there, and then they fought to the back. But this match here, man, this was just brutal. These two beat the living dog crap out of each other, from chops to kicks to punches, slapping the crap out of each other, power bombs. Like this was a brawl. This was a fight. This was damn near we knew it was gonna be a massacre. Okay, you knew both of these guys were gonna beat the living hell out of each other. Okay, like these are some tough people out here in this match. This was just great. Like I said, this was the match of the day for me. Okay, I love this match. This was insane, and like I said, the crowd went nuts for it. Yeah, even I almost thought I didn't know who was gonna win for a second at one point because I thought Sheamus was gonna come back with a bro kick at the end, but Walter hitting like that power bomb and then the big lariat and whatnot for the win, and then everybody in the crowd just giving Sheamus a standing ovation and whatnot as he's soaking it in to the crowd before he walked to the back. But this was just one hell of a match. Like I'm putting this on my match of the year category. I gotta put this on a match of the year
It is.
category.
I most definitely agree. Shoot, like once the match ended, I can't see another match throughout this whole night being better than that match, man. That match was hard hitting from start to finish, and I really was proud of those boys. Those boys put on a show. They sold the show today, and I hope they really continue to push with Gunther. I wish I know they're gonna continue with man Vince. I mean not Vince and his regime. They were gonna give up on him, but I don't think Triple H is gonna
I
give up on him.
I think Vince was actually kind of somewhat doing okay with him because they did put the Intercontinental title on him, before Triple H
They,
came in.
they, they had to begin to be sour on him before Vince had walked out. Before Vince had stepped down. They was already beginning to be sour on him at first. They was like they didn't feel like he was getting there as quickly as possible. And then that's where the whole everyday change.
And I think
Vince
him
stepped down and Triple H stepped up.
I think him losing the weight also helped them that they liked them a little bit more then because he was in better shape. Like he didn't look bad before, but now he's more he's more lean out there and whatnot. Like he moved great either way, even with the weight and whatnot. But even with him currently, like I don't want to say he's too skinny or anything, but like he's more leaner out there or whatnot. But like I said, it's almost like he got like a weird body type going on than what he once he had before. Because I remember a lot of people call him like a fat stormtrooper for some reason. But I'm like, well, like I said, that's just him moving. Like it's not like he couldn't move out there. He could go either way. But maybe he just wanted to get in better shape. Maybe it was for his own health. I don't know. Maybe he just wanted to just better his body. I guess.
But yeah, most definitely. I like me and you said, bro. We were both on the same page on that one. It was the match of the night.
Oh yeah, like yeah, give it to Sheamus too, because man, his chest was just oof,
His chest was yeah.
just
That day,
great. Say what you want about Sheamus, man, but the guy he can take a beating out there. Like we've seen it before. He can take a beating and give it at the same time. So like, I was telling somebody earlier, like, don't say Sheamus got killed out there by fucking Walter. Like, nah, these two equally beat the living hell out of each other.
yeah,
Okay?
definitely. Yeah. Oh, none of that. It wasn't none of that. Nah. Nah, it wasn't no swash bashing, none like that. I like the back and forth, but they gave both of them some time to go at each other and get some offense in and make themselves look dominant. So I ain't really, I wasn't really too bad at that match. And that match was very good.
Oh yeah, definitely really good. Like I said, that was a good 20 minutes out there. Like that was great. It was insane. So that's one match, like I said, I still believe is the match of the night. But moving on next, and I think this was really hard to follow, because you could tell the crowd kind of died here, was Liv Morgan and Shayna Baszler for the SmackDown Women's title. Also the shortest match of the night.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, it was a solid match. It wasn't nothing spectacular, nothing, you know. Um, I think the title should change hands soon. And here's the thing, there's a reason why. And now you had a hot crowd like Cardinal. You know what I'm saying? They went wild if a superstar moved they toe. They went crazy. For your SmackDown Women Champion not to get that hot of an ovation, I heard I heard some people. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't like it was silent or anything, but I heard them pop. You know what I'm saying? And that's compared to like when Edge and Rey Mysterio came out. They went crazy. They was like, man, Drew McIntyre and you had when Sheamus and Gunther came out. Even Bianca and Alexa and Oscar got a huge ovation, but Liv didn't get that huge ovation to me. It's like it was kind of off to me a little bit.
I can agree on that, and some would use the whole suspension of disbelief again, because some are sitting there wondering like, how many people really believe Liv Morgan was really ever going to take down Shayna Baszler convincingly and whatnot? Because it looks like, how can I
Like
say
how
this?
they
Like, say how they what?
structured the match though.
Yeah,
To
like
make our disbelief. Because here's the thing, she wasn't in control of most of that match. Most of that match, is very like 90% of that match, Liv was on defense most of the time. She
yep,
was getting whooped.
just
You
like
know what I'm
SummerSlam,
saying? What you say?
just like SummerSlam.
Yeah, she was getting whooped. But here's the thing, they just didn't do the SummerSlam finish. And all she did was they made sure that Shayna hurt her arm, Liv went after the arm, and that's where most of the times Shayna couldn't lock in the Cupid clutch, or she couldn't even lock in the arm bar. So that
Yep.
was very good right there. I really was feeling that, and I'm like, man, they kind of they did. They kind of made me think like, all right, cool. Liv just got out of this match by the skin of her teeth.
Yeah, like survive and whatnot. Because it's kind of crazy now, like I said, with the reaction. But it's like before, she was like that underdog face that people got behind, and then she got the belt. And but
No,
then
it
that
wasn't.
whole, you know,
It was because of the belt. I think it was because you can't book a finish like that and think we
that's what I was
supposed to
gonna
be
get.
still
That's what I
behind.
was gonna get to next. The whole
Yeah.
tapping out thing. That's
Yeah.
where now. That's where everything started to turn. Was the tapping
Now
out
we
thing in
looking at
SummerSlam.
her like, see, well, we can't get behind this champion. She don't even look dominant.
And like,
Like,
yeah, you barely survived against Ronda and you tapped out and everybody saw and they all chanted, you tapped out then. And now the crowd is feeling a different way about Liv Morgan. So, it's we talked about this before the show that, hey, you finally get the title and now they turn on you.
yeah, but that was the reason why.
But this was the
It was
real
the
reason
reason why.
though behind this. It was a reason.
It ain't like how it was with like Hangman or something. Like Hangman got the title as soon as he got the title, everybody's like, all right, we done with you now, Hangman. We need somebody else to title put the title down. And like that's a perfect example of that, get the title and then people turn on you.
Yeah, now it's like now they don't want to mess with you no more. I'm seeing people already say about Thunder Rosa right now. Um, hey, we got you the belt now. Yeah,
Hey, Thunder
we're not
Rose,
really fucking with you. But I blame the company for with Thunder Rosa right now, how she was presented.
I kind of put it like 50-50. Like of course the booking and the presentation of Thunder Rosa. I do put it on them, but I also put it on her because it ain't like even when she do get the mic in her hand and get that chance to even spit a fiery promo to get us captured and get us captivated into the pay-per-view match. She still don't get us she don't get me ready, not at all. And I just feel like it's both the company fault and she really not you know not that really she's not really captivating. Like she not really a person that really captured my attention.
Yeah, because like and like between you and Dry, like it's two different things, but it's like very similar. Like you just said Thunder Rosa before, it's just been boring. He says that her feuds are very boring.
Yeah. We at the same spot. We just got there in different ways.
Yeah, like boring in a way, but the different types of boring, no. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, so like I'd see that, but yeah, I will say, did you expect Ronda to come out there today or no?
Expect it. I did expect it. I think Ronda is on her own, on her own little thing with the with they try to make her into some type of new Stone Cold here.
And Adam
With
Pierce is Vince.
but here's the thing: Stone Cold had reasons to why he wanted to mess up Vince. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, I was talking to my brother about this. You know, not to go off of a different subject or anything, but we're talking about Ronda last night, and I was like, you know why that Soul Cold versus Vince McMahon thing worked? Because Vince McMahon used to always mess with Stone Cold for no apparent reason. He had just mess with him with his title matches. He had cheat him out of his title matches. He had made sure he don't get into a title match. He always was just messing with Stone Cold, and Stone Cold would just retaliate. It's more of a retaliation with Soul Cold. It wasn't just Soul Cold just decided one day I'm just gonna mess with the boss for no apparent reason. That's the whole thing, you know. Stone Cold barely put his hands on people unless they mess with Stone Cold personally himself. You know what I'm saying? And that's what made the Stone Cold versus Vince McMahon thing good. With the Ronda Rousey Adam Pierce, Adam Pierce have every legitimate right to do everything he needs to do to Ronda Rousey. Everything. I can't. I couldn't see why the fans were cheering her. I just don't see why they was. That was just baffling to me. Like, hold on, wait a second. Why they cheering her? She don't want. Man, Adam Pierce got a legitimate reason why to suspend her.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
had a legitimate reason on the cops for her. He had a legitimate reason why to get her arrested. Like all these are legitimate reasons, but the fans were like cheering her. I was kind of confused with that. Like, wait a second. I hope they don't think this is like a Soul Cold Vince McMahon thing because it's not. The Soul Cold had a legitimate reason why he wanted to fuck Vince up. He had legitimate reason.
yeah. Like
And like
Ronda's just messing with people just because.
she the one who put her hands on the official. Oh man, she got mad at the situation at the bad call for SummerSlam. I understand that, but if you want to go back, if you want to take it into another sport, or anything, nobody whooping the ref ass because he called a bad foul on the court. Like I just no, you can't give me that. Oh man, Ronda Rousey was mad because she was because of the bad call. Bad calls happens. That just don't give you a reason why to put your hands on official and then not to be suspended. You know, she had to be suspended. You know, I don't know who the hell is in this situation. Me personally, I feel like Ronda is, but I know she the face. But I feel like what her actions are the heel to me.
Yeah, because Pierce, like I say, his reason was justifiable to protect the show and everything from Ronda and whatnot. But it's almost like, oh, one bad move or something he said to her. Now he has to be looking like the heel and everything, even though he's technically looks more of the face than Ronda does and whatnot. Ronda just going around just messing with everybody on purpose.
So how would you grade this match?
I think it was probably the weakest match of the night in a way.
Was it was the weakest match of the night to me too.
Yeah, so I think this was literally the weakest one out of the entire night, and like I said, the crowd was kind of dead for it anyways. But then again, this is literally right after the Intercontinental title match, which everybody was hot for. So you knew whoever was gonna come on after this, it wasn't gonna be that big of a reaction. But the match was just, it was okay.
If if Seth and Riddle would have came out the third match right after that Intercontinental match, I think they would have still been hot. I think the crowd would have still been hot. I
Agreed.
don't think they were hot for match period. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they were hot for it.
Crickets.
Yeah, because man, to be honest with you, like how Liv is being booked. Like me personally, I'm not one of those fans who wanted her to get the title in the first place. Like I never was one of those fans. You already know how I felt about her in the first place. I just never really was a huge Liv fan. It just really wasn't. I just don't remember a hot match that I say, oh man, that Liv Morgan match right there. Oh, that was hot. No, I never said it a day in my life. Like my brother he a huge fan of Liv, but me personally, no, no. It's like, so I really like most of her matches. I don't even really be paying attention to because I'm not really a huge fan of her, even in her in ring ability. Like I'm not saying she garbage or anything, but I just really think she just bland. Like I've been saying this. Remember
Yeah.
what the Becky
Oh,
Lynch feud
prize
back in
spot.
January? Remember? I
Oh
remember I
yeah.
said the same thing, and I like she bland. Like I know that was back in January what I said it. This is September and I'm still
Yeah,
saying the
we did
exact
talk about that.
same
We talked about that before. I like everybody kind of puts with Liv Morgan now, like, she has to cry in almost every promo to get over.
damn near
Got
or
a lot of
looks
crying.
uh, you not gonna beat me. It's like that's her whole favorite thing to say. You're not gonna beat me. All right, you can't beat me. Wait a second. Look. Find a catchphrase and stick with it. And because you not gonna beat me, it's not gonna be a catchphrase, girl. It's just not. I'm not gonna put that on a t-shirt. You can't beat me. You're not gonna beat me. I can't put that on a t-shirt. I can't. So you all have to find something else. But yeah, live, and like get her another. I say with me personally, I would just take the belt off of her right away. I get her another title win, and after that person, after she wins, after she retains the title against that person, then whoever challenged her next should be the one who take the title off of them.
Yeah, we
But
move on to the next person, which I think Ronda may take the belt back.
that'll be cool with me. I'll be fine with that. I'll be
Same.
definitely fine with that. But it's like, all right, I think we tried the experiment, and it didn't work. I put it
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, I would say it'd be time to move on then after that. But other than that match, we move on to the fourth match. Rey Mysterio and Edge with Domminick out there versus Judgment Day, Finn Balor and Damian Priest with Rhea Ripley.
I
Good
don't know.
match.
I felt like I was in 2002 again, bro. I was like, oh my
Edge and
goodness.
Mysterio, they're a team
Like it
again.
felt so nostalgic. It felt so nostalgic to me, man. I'm like, man, Joe, I remember this. I remember this so bad. Like, oh boy, I remember that.
They were
That
tag
match was
team
decent.
champions.
Yeah,
It was pretty good. It was
that's
good. It wasn't
pretty
like spectacular, but it was good.
good. Don't get me wrong, right? It was it was enough to get the legends over. You know what I'm saying? These are the legends. We're gonna have a little nice little legend match. You know, the heels go they were really mostly playing to the crowd. They beat up on the face for a minute, then Finn Balor looked to the crowd like, yeah, woo, they were mostly just playing to the crowd a lot, so well, I wasn't really complaining about this match. Actually, this match was pretty good. You know, I
Yeah,
think
I enjoyed it.
everybody kind of figured that Edge and Mysterio were gonna win.
Yeah, I kind of figured they were gonna win. Like I said, Mysterio and Edge. Like I said, both they still the shit. And whatnot. Some people thought that, and we know it ended up happening anyways, but that Dominic was gonna be costing them the match, but they end up going over thanks to Dominic helping them in the match, grabbing Finn's leg. Well, like I said, that Edge and Rake hit their finishes, then 619, and then a spear right after that, and Ray and Edge went over. But then after that, Dominic's just kind of looking at them all weird and everything, and Ray and Edge are celebrating, and then they try to celebrate with Dominic, but then Dominic just kicks Edge in the nuts then, and Ray tries to stop him after that, but then Dominic ends up pushing pushing Ray down and stuff, and then all of the Judgment Day are just laughing and everything that Domminick turned on him, and he turned off. He took off his Mysterio shirt, so Domminick can now go back to being Dominic Guerrero because he is Eddie's son. This is the longest storyline they've done in the past 20 years and whatnot. With that mullet, he looks like WCW 98 Eddie Guerrero out there. So he beat up his uncle Rey Mysterio.
Well, the whole thing with the whole Dominic turning thing, where we were waiting for it for the longest. God damn, like
Yeah,
yeah,
we knew it was coming. No, we knew it was coming. We just know, like, we're gonna do it now, right? That's why I kept thinking, like, so it's gonna happen now. But then I was like, oh, he helped them win the match. So I didn't think it was gonna happen for a second.
I know what, bro. Because I thought because they won, I ain't think I was gonna see the turn. You get what I'm saying? I was like, oh man, they won. That means we ain't gonna even see the turn. I was just about to leave too. I was just about to leave the room and go grab me something to drink out of the refrigerator. And then all of a sudden, that's where Dominic kicked Edge in the balls. And I'm like, oh, woo, woo, oh, hold on, wait a second there. And then that's why I sat back down. So then Ray, my goodness, he will go down as the top performer ever in the history of wrestling.
Ray is
He will
still
go
that
down as
dude.
he will go down as everything but a good actor. Okay, I'm just saying he will go down as everything in a book when it comes out of wrestling, but never a good actor. My goodness, Ray always been a horrible actor to me.
Oh
Always.
yes, like Dominic, don't. What are you doing, son? What are you doing?
That little fake little head on his head that he always do. He like, oh my god, it's like, wait,
Why are you
right?
doing this?
He talking about, so come on, son. Like your son ain't trying to listen to you.
Listen, Ray's acting has been bad for a long time. I
Long
knew more of it once
time.
he was at Lucha
Oh,
Underground.
that little voice that he put on every time he sad or something. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, that'd be so funny,
Oh,
man.
go watch what he did in Lucha Underground. It's much worse. His acting is that bad in Lucha Underground. Like go watch some of that. Like it was hilariously bad on there the way he was doing stuff. Because I still think of one of them where they beat up his friend on there, and they do this dramatic camera thing where he looks up in the sky and he says, "Chavo!" It's so bad. Like I said, like who let him
Can't
say
be.
that?
Yeah, but other than that, like that give our take on what you think what gonna happen after the Dominic Hill turn. What our honest opinion, like how you feel about it, what you think gonna come up in.
Well, we already we knew it was gonna come. Either A, he's gonna venture on his own, or he does eventually just kind of siding with the Judgment Day. Then I think he may be in a match with Edge, possibly, or maybe it's against his own dad because now it looks like he has to step out of his dad's shadow at this point. I know Dominic gets a lot of flack on the internet, out there with Ray a lot that he's really not been that good out there or being like the sub Mysterio and whatnot, and just like a lot of things. Because I've seen him get called like a 12-year-old kid out there several times when he's out there in the ring. Because with the whole like I said, they never showed him actually getting beat up by Ripley and everything. It
But
was mostly kind of after it and whatnot. But I've seen everybody on the internet have this weird like thing because at one it's like you got beat up by Ripley, but now everybody likes to have this weird fetish of wanting to get like, yes, Dominic can join Rhea because she beats him up real good and he enjoys it. Like it's like, and I've said there's people on the internet that want to be in the same position of getting beat up by Ripley as some weird fetish thing or whatnot. Like, hey, that's your whatever floats your boat. That's on them. But I've
at the
seen that
same
around
time,
lately.
but this how I feel about it. There's only one or two things gonna happen in this situation.
Sink or swim.
Sink or swim, and right, and there we go. Because they threw you out of the ocean right now without no lifeguard. All right, but they felt like you could go this route because how long Ray is gonna be around? You know what I'm saying? I was
That's
watching the
true.
documentary last week, and the nigga getting pumped up with stem cells. You know what I'm saying? To just even to be the Rey Mysterio that we see right now. So he already counted down the days. I was watching the biography last week, and he already counted down the days. So how long he really got in this ring?
If he
And
can
so
still do this, like we know he can do it right now, but like
right
for
there we
how
go.
long?
For how long? Father Time waits for no man. You know what I'm saying? He never skipped a person, never. So I like so Dominic gonna have to do something now. You gonna have to show us something now.
I'm
Uh,
gonna say this too, because like ever since Domminick, you know, started, wrestling in this company, let's remember this guy bypassed NXT already, which I feel like he should have went there first, but given he was Ray's son, they immediately put him on the main roster. And don't get me wrong, he worked with a lot of guys that that was going to protect him out there and everything. But how long is he going to be out there with Ray until he ventures out on his own? Because he, like you said, either way, it's either going to work without Rey Mysterio or it's not going to work without Rey Mysterio. Like, because like right now, it's mostly been depend on Ray. That's why and I remember somebody saying this. If Rey Mysterio was not there right now in the company, I don't think Domminick would be in the position he's in. If Ray was not there right now,
yeah, of
'cause
course not. But the reason why I think he skipped past NXT was I think Ray wanted him up under him. I don't
under
think
his
he
wing.
right. I don't think he really wanted him to be separated from him because there's a lot of things that played a factor into that. Vince saw a father son duo that he really could do with any other wrestlers in the business that have a father son duo for this long and become tag team champions and stuff like that. So I really think there's a lot of things that played into the fact of Dominic not going to the main rock. I mean, not going to the NXT. They're going straight to the main roster. I really don't. I don't really see that wrong with it too much because, to be honest with you, like he not as bad as people think or people say he is. He had some decent matches. He would up going end up going against Seth Rollins. End
Yep.
up going a lot of guys who really could go in the ring. So I think he picked up a lot. And not even that. He was working with some veterans before he got to the WWE. But this nigga, they were showing tape with him and Jay Lethal and you know what I'm saying, like shit like that. So it was like I already think he was really preparing for the this spotlight.
That's true. So like, yeah, because he's been, like I said, I'm sure he's been
Hello?
staying out there. I've seen worse. Like I know some people say like it's been worse or second generation stars. Like I don't think he's worse than a David Flair or Eric Watts or David San Martino or whatnot. Like he
But
is not that bad out there.
he's not as good as the other second generation wrestlers
Yeah,
like a
like
Riddle,
Charlotte.
like a Charlotte, and even Rey Mysterio himself. You know what I'm saying? So these guys here, like you don't want to really put him on that that level of his father or Charlotte or Randy because those were generational type of talent. You're not going to get that type of talent just walking down the street. Those generational type of talent. There's not going to be another Rey Mysterio. No matter how hard somebody going to look. Vince already found that out himself. He tried his best to go get this guy who to be the next Latino star. Go get this guy to go be the next Latino star. He figured it out. He couldn't do it. Ain't no such thing as another Rey Mysterio.
Like, yeah, we've tried that with Sin Cara. We tried that with Kalisto. It did not work.
It did not work. It's something about Ray. It's just something about him. Something about Ray.
He has a universal likable appeal that he just appeals to everybody.
I know just regular Joe Smo gonna come in with a bath and capture the hearts of many fans. He no, it was Rey Mysterio, and that was only him who could have did something like that. So yeah, so I don't want to I don't want to do the boy wrong and compare him to his father or the other generational type of talent. But at the same time, though, I'm not gonna give you any type of excuse if you don't swim out there. And if you
And
don't, I'm gonna really be like, oh well, everybody was saying it, so
and
get
let's remember, like you said, real quick, like even with Rey Mysterio, like Ray right now. Let's remember, like he's somewhat kind of a second generation because let's remember he's Rey Mysterio Jr. He got the name from his uncle, the original Rey Mysterio before the Ray we got right now because he was like Rey Mysterio Jr. And whatnot. So like he's like the second Ray, like current Ray we talking about.
yeah, of course.
So yeah, you got to think about that too. But it's like you say, it's either gonna be sink or swim with Domminick. Either this is going to work or it's not gonna work. So it's almost like let's see what he can do now without
Mm,
Ray. So it's either gonna sink or it's gonna swim. It's gonna be one of the two. So we'll see what happens with that. Next was Seth Rollins versus Matt Riddle. Um, what do I have to say about this? I know that promo. Let me just say real quick that promo from Monday was they said it was like from the John Jones and Daniel Cormier thing from UFC. If you actually look it up, that's actually true. That was kind of inspired from of it. Like yeah, are we still on? I said, yeah. You still there, dude? Like, yeah, I'm here. Yes, let's talk about your wife and everything. I will say I know it's supposed to be like a blood feud and serious, but it's like why did they? I actually thought Riddle was gonna look coming out looking more serious. Nat still riding on the scooter, and Seth Rollins looking like a sriracha bottle sauce almost. Like they say he got this look from Elton John if you look it up on the internet of what he was wearing, but I thought he looked like a Mardi Gras backup dancer for some reason.
Yeah, I ain't like the look either, but but yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This was like my second favorite match right here, and next to Gunther and Sheamus because this match went hard. My
It was a
goodness,
banger. It was a
that was
banger.
it was right here. And I mean,
Yes.
the right person won, of course. The
Yeah,
right
Seth.
person self needed this win.
He hasn't
He
won a
did.
pay per view since I think the Royal Rumble, and that was by disqualification.
Right. That's true. My brother said the same thing the other day. He was like, "Man, Seth's last win was at the Royal Rumble." And he's like, he didn't even win that by pinfall. He's like, he only won that by disqualification. I like, yeah, that's true. So man, Seth really needed this win.
Because he got
Seth
killed
showed
by
me
Cody
that,
like 3 different times. Let's remember that.
yeah, and I mean, it worked wonders for Cody, and it did hurt Seth. The only thing that was gonna hurt Seth if he would have continued the loss. You know what I'm saying? To lose his streak. But he didn't continue to lose his streak. So I really was like, man, Seth showing why he the man still. You know what I'm saying? He's that guy still. We talk about it factor. He's the it factor. He ain't just got it factor. He is the it factor. For real. Seth can do anything can happen to Seth. Remember the time that they almost really botched his universal title universal title run where they had him go over the Fiend, not go over the Fiend, but remember that Hell of the Cell match? But
Oh
you remember,
yeah, yeah.
and people was hated Seth. They was like, man, they were turning on Seth. Man, all they needed was the Messiah to come in and boom, the Seth was right back to where he needed to be at again. And I'm like, man, Seth is showing that if if it was Triple H running things, I don't think it would be the same with Roman Reigns being this like super beatable monster beast he head boss guy. You know what I'm saying? If Triple H was in place of Vince, I think the roles will be reversed, and we would be looking at the situation a lot different between
Oh,
Seth and Roman.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, a lot of people still see a lot of people is on the fence when it comes down to the three chill members. Ain't no on the fence when it comes down to Moxley. Moxley always gonna be dirt, no matter what the situation is. But they always fight who's that number one, who's that number two. Now I always put Roman number two because how he being booked right now. But Seth is like, man, you could put him in number one. You know what I'm saying? You could put him number one. It would make it would make me go crazy. Like, oh my god, you sound stupid. You put him number one. No, you could put Seth number one in the shield, of the three members of the shield. You can, and you won't be wrong because like has Seth been booked, it was just a little bit weaker than how Roman been booked. That's the only reason why Seth is number two. He took a lot more L's than Roman.
That's true. And whatnot. Because yes, he has taken a lot of L's recently. I think what Kev has been still keeping Seth over though. Because like like I said, the losses don't help, but Seth's still over either way. Even like in this current, how can I say what his gimmick is? Like not even a Messiah all the way, but
Yeah,
this whole
sorry.
outlandish Messiah like well, it's still somewhat the Messiah in a way, but kind of outlandish at the same time, gimmick and stuff, and still
Only
be
reason,
over.
only reason why I said it wasn't like the Messiah. I mean, it's not. Only reason I said it wasn't like the Messiah because he don't have no followers like how a Messiah would have. He don't have no followers. He ain't got nobody who how he was with Buddy Murphy was around. And like that's the reason why, like I said, but I see your point. Why it still somewhat is, but it's just I was, it just don't have the followers like how a Messiah would have.
He's got that
Followers.
Caesar Romero Joker going on with him right now.
Yeah, and the crazy part about it, like some everybody thought this, gimmick would be silly and over the top. It's silly. I mean, it's not silly, but it is over the top. But he making it over the top on purpose. All eyes could be on him. He got these outlandish suits. You automatically going to be drawn to this man who got the green and purple polka dotted suit. Oh, of course you're gonna see. He gonna be like, man, what is this?
And
But
singing along with the crowd, and just dancing to the ring, and oh, whoa, that whole thing, just
I,
trying to
I
make
really
it
Seth
look
is
funny as
Teflon.
possible. You say he's Teflon?
Teflon at this point. Real talk. He
Yeah,
Teflon.
he is Teflon. He is pretty Teflon. You can't really hurt Seth that much out there right now. Like even if he takes an L, like it's not gonna hurt him all the way. Like he's gonna be over either way. It's Seth.
Yeah, most definitely.
But
Now, talking about his opponent, how do you feel about where everything going on with Riddle, his little situation? You know what I'm saying? Um, whatever you want to chime in on. Because I'm over here, I can't really think about what I could want to talk about first is his career or his supposed career after he said the WWE might fire him. So it's other career that he
oh
want to go with.
yeah,
His other career. But you know what I'm saying? His outside activities, or you want to talk about his in ring activity more
we'll
more.
get to both. We'll get to both because one thing I remember we spoke about this with Matt Riddle before in this whole Seth feud because we go back to SummerSlam, and what is it you said? Like, man, it's almost hard to feel sorry for this guy when he keeps getting beat up all the time and whatnot. And we had Seth talk about his kids and his wife leaving him out there and whatnot, and he still lost. But he lost control and everything, even with Seth mocking Randy Orton out there going for the RKO. And then, that's what pissed off Riddle, and he tried to get a chair, and then that's when he got curb stomped in the ring like 2 times and lost. Because like, even I'm, got a point though. I just gotta remember, like, man, how do I feel sorry for you if you keep getting beat up? And this man talked about your wife, your ex-wife and your kids, and like, your family left you, and you still lost.
And see,
So
that's the thing right there. It's like I know it was a good match. It was a back and forth match and everything. And people might want to go off with that. Like, man, it was a back and forth match. It was a good match. Woo woo. It should be no winners and losers in this match. Woo woo. But here's the thing, like you just said, yeah, all this stuff that happened to you over the months. I mean, over the weeks that happened, you got whooped it right before SummerSlam, then you get whooped at SummerSlam, then you get whooped after SummerSlam. Then this man come at you with talk about your kids and your wife don't want you, you a bitch ass and all that stuff. Yeah, like, hold on, wait a second. Where is his comeuppance? Where is it? Like, where do Riddle get his comeuppance? I, I just don't see it coming.
yeah, because
You
like, when
know.
is that gonna happen? When Randy comes back?
Right. Do we gotta wait till Randy come back for him to get his comeuppance? So we can never take him seriously there by himself. That's what you try to tell me. That's what you try to tell me, WWE. We can't never take Riddle seriously by himself. He need Randy to be serious.
Yeah, because like, they've been less goofball with Riddle lately and whatnot, but you know, how like they trying to make him serious, but it's not gonna help if he keeps getting beat out there. Unless you're like, well, you gotta wait for him to get the real big win. Like, well, man, I actually kind of thought this was gonna be the big win right here for Riddle. But then again, like we said before, Seth desperately needed a damn pay-per-view win because he was taking too many L's for the past few months anyways, and he needed a big win.
And like the late great Scott Hall said, if you a baby face, if you don't win, you fucked. That's basically what he said. If you a baby face and you don't win, you fuck. That's it. Basically, point blank and simple. And he telling the truth. That was the truth. Because you can't be a baby face and constantly lose, man. Like nobody gonna get behind you. Like nobody gonna cheer for a loser. You think somebody gonna buy merchandise of a loser? Like no.
Like, you can't be the underdog face forever and
There we
whatnot.
go. There we go. You're
Like, you're
gonna have to
gonna
win. You're gonna have to
cause
win
like
sometime.
like how long we gotta wait till what, the fucking Rumble or WrestleMania? Like, we don't gotta wait that long all the time, okay? Like, a few months, okay, but we don't gotta wait that long. So like, when's the big win coming? And as for just to comment on the other thing you talked about, the whole his outside thing going on. I don't know how credible whatever girl he was with, ex girl friend, I guess, trying to expose him on the internet of him either being a cuck or um what this WWE shit don't work out. He'll do porn next.
I was talking to a buddy. I was talking to a buddy of mine, and she was telling me that actually cucking is beginning to be a popular form of porn now. And I was like, you lying to me. That can't be true. Like niggas is out here actually okay with that type of stuff. And she was like, yeah, it's becoming a more popular form of porn. Like this gotta be what world are we living in? My goodness, it can't be true, right? Because that gotta be embarrassing. Like that can't be something all right, to each his own. I can't judge a person, you get what I'm saying, to each his own. But to me personally, I would think it's embarrassing and I wouldn't participate in it. Uh, Me personally, I just wouldn't.
Yeah, cause like, why would I like? Oh, I'm gonna sit here and watch someone fuck my girl and whatnot. Like I look like a damn idiot then. But some people get off to that type of shit, apparently.
Yeah, she was breaking it down to him like, man, you lying, man. She's like, nah, it really is. And it's like, yeah, she said more popular, like it's getting popular here in the U.S., but it's way vastly popular over there in the UK.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's wow. Yeah, I don't understand it, but like, hey, that's them. But like, I didn't know it was really getting that popular. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, Riddle. Hey, man, would you like to see Riddle do porn?
No. Here's the thing with Riddle with this whole situation is like what I was reading the thing is like I don't want to believe it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to. I'm like to me, I just think with girls like that, like OnlyFans girls, start doing stuff like that. It's always something behind it. It's always a motive behind it. Like attention mostly is a motive for most of the OnlyFans girls. There's their attention. You know what I'm saying? They want the attention badly. You know, or money extortion. You know what I'm saying? It's something. It got to be a motive behind it. Like why all of a sudden like you just get this OnlyFans girl that come out of the clear blue talk about some what Riddle was saying and so. And I was just looking at it. I'm like, I just don't want to believe it.
Yeah, I don't know how credible this girl is. That's exposing him apparently right now. So how much credibility does she really have, and how believable are these stories that you say is is supposedly true? So it's like you got to take it with a grain of salt at the same time and whatnot, because it's like, is this really believable with him? Like, think about that, like literally, so the guy likes being a cuck, huh? I'm like, okay then. So I don't know how believable that is. Like, I hope it's not true, but I don't know if that's really believable, because like, him saying apparently, if WWE don't work out, do porn, like what's Matt Riddle gonna do? Open an OnlyFans account then? Like, he'll probably make a lot of money off it given name value alone, but like, how many people really about to go over there and watch that? Okay, like niggas that already even paying for OnlyFans just probably just paying just to watch some girl they know get fucked. That's all it is really. OnlyFans at this point, like, you just make money either teasing people or just they watch you get fucked online. That's it.
Right.
And make a lot of money apparently off it though. So it's not like you don't make money off of it.
Hey, but like the ones who do make a lot of money off of it, they put in the countless hours of, the
Production.
pictures and the videos and all that stuff. It's like, yeah, and you make a lot of money, but man, my God, you have to do a lot to even get to that point.
Oh yeah, you'd have to be really popular and really have to build your content up, so people will start paying attention to you and get as many people, to buy and follow you and whatnot to, get all this content. So it takes a lot of work at the same time, though, when doing this. But I've heard from somebody before. All you gotta really do is like damn near just tease, especially if you a girl with a fat ass. Like, it's that easy, and you'll make a lot of money then.
But yeah, yeah, Riddle is a strange. Riddle situation is a strange situation. I just hope everything come out more detailed, more everything come out, and I hope it's not true. That's all I gotta say
Well,
on that.
my wife divorced. Yeah, yeah, I did. Because like, I'm sure when everybody talk about his wife divorcing him, I'm sure he said like, "Man, that's not cool, bro. Randy wouldn't approve of that. I don't think Randy would approve of that, bro. Randy wouldn't approve of it. Don't be like that, bro. That you get a divorce, Riddle. That's not cool. Oh, I can imagine approving of that. He should have been cool. Like, why'd you divorce? I'm sure his wife got tired of cheating, I guess, apparently. But why'd you leave him, man? I'm sure Randy would have shook his head. No, like, man, that's not cool. That's not cool at all. But yeah, I can still like, yeah, bro, you can't leave, bro. Randy wouldn't think that would be cool. Randy would be standing there shaking his head, no. So I don't know, but maybe something else happens. In all seriousness, no, maybe something else happens in this feud. I don't know. So if they're done with this, I don't know where Matt Riddle moves on to right now.
Yeah,
Hell of a
me
match
too.
though.
Yeah, very good match.
Hell of a match. But now we actually get to the main event.
Man, this where the crowd got the hottest. Oh my goodness.
Whatever you want to call it. On, on the line, Drew McIntyre, Roman Reigns. One thing I want to say right off the bat that they played the Broken Dreams theme song in the beginning of Drew McIntyre, so I was very happy to hear that again. Um, and whatnot, but man, this was one hell of a crazy ride throughout this match, okay? Because it was so much going on in here that it was to the point like, what's really going to happen next? Because let's remember, Roman Reigns is walking out here alone. No Paul Heyman, no Usos, no Sami Zayn. It's him on his own this time, and going against Drew McIntyre. But throughout this match, we saw a lot of stuff going on in this match. Okay, like I said, the crowd went nuts for this, but there was a point where hey, Cross and Scarlett show up, because I actually thought they were gonna end up doing something anyways and costing Drew the match, but no, that did not happen. But they were out there though, sitting by ringside, and did kind of distract McIntyre for a minute out there. But going throughout the match, Roman's getting on the microphone, tell him to acknowledge him, and Drew hitting that big glass cow kiss, which you can see the mist fall off him, by the way, that looked brutal and whatnot. And whatnot. But I feel like kind of going later on, this is where, in a way, I feel like it turned into the finisher fest, false finish type of thing. Because man, we were just seeing future shot DDT, kick out, big Uranagi kick out, another future shot DDT, Superman punch, spear, and Drew was just trying to set up that Claymore kick several times, but he could not get that Claymore kick at one point. And you knew something real screwy was going to happen once the ref bump happened, when Drew did the Claymore on Roman, and after the spear and whatnot, and stuff, ref goes down. Austin Theory comes out then, so Money in the Bank time, but no Money in the Bank. Tyson Fury he's sitting by ringside and just knocks Theory to the ground, so no cash in. And then Roman's got the chair and he's about to take Drew out with it, but Drew hits him with the Claymore in, still another 2 count. And both of them are just punching each other, crowd's going nuts. And it's a Superman punch. Then he's trying to go for another spear, but Drew ended up hitting his own spear, and we thought this was going to be the Claymore to find. And I actually believe Drew was about to win right here, hitting the Claymore, but then the ref got pulled out. And who was it from NXT? Solo Sikoa, the younger brother of the Uso. So another one of Roman's cousins and whatnot, which ended up distracting Drew McIntyre. Roman hits one more spear, and he wins the match and retains both the championships.
Um, um, at first, at first, I was going to make this my second favorite match of the night. You know what did it? What made it my third favorite match of the night? It was towards the end where they kept on going with the finishing fest. I like this shit just turned into an AEW match. I I like this shit just turned into an AEW match here in front of my eyes, right there and there. I'm like, come on, man. I like at first, right? Don't get me wrong. At first, I was like, man, this match was good. I see they what they wanted to do with the Drew McIntyre setting up the Drew Claymore kick, and he couldn't get it until he finally get it. You know what I'm saying? I know what they was trying to do, but it was like, man, after a while, it's like After a while, I wanted the match to end, and I was like, man, too many Superman punch, too many spears, and he kept on jumping out of it. I like just end the match already. And it kind of got boring after a while.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was starting to drag.
I saw Solo. As soon as I saw the Solo, I'm like, all right, cool, okay, all right. That kind of got me intrigued back into the match again. That's when the match really abruptly ended right after Solo pulled the referee out. But other than that, it was a solid match. You know what I'm saying? A solid match. I just think they were just doing too much towards the end.
Yeah, and I think it was just a lot going on because, like, how many people really about to somewhat be involved in this? Like, you got Cross by ringside, you got Austin Theory coming out there, and then Tyson Fury, which, we see Tyson Fury getting a ring then after that. I'm like, what's it going to be next? Tyson Fury versus Roman for the title next? But they
No,
end up shaking hands. I think Fury's got a fight coming up anyway, so he needs to, like, focus on that. But then right after, talked about that, Drew, you did the country proud and everything, and then they all start to sing and whatnot, like Oasis, I believe the song, one of the songs. But they start having like damn near karaoke singing and whatnot. So it's like when you think about it, like after Roman, Drew losing this match, like, yeah, I know Tyson Fury tried to cheer him up and like, hey, you did proud and everything, but did we really need to have almost like him going into karaoke singing mode out here? Like, dude, you just lost one of the biggest matches.
that's
Um,
they usually do stuff like that during their shows. Like they kind of different when it comes down to stuff like that. They sing along. They do songs with them. It kind of was like a house show to me afterwards. Like like how often do they go out there to Cardiff? Or go out there to the UK. They don't really go out there too often. So it's like I really didn't see like anything like wrong with the situation. I just thought it was like, all right, cool. It's something for the fans who don't get to see these guys at all live.
That's true. Yeah, they don't really get to see these guys a lot. And I guess, they just for that time, just doing this like singing thing. I didn't think it was gonna be on the air and whatnot, and it was gonna go on for a minute. But yeah, just both of them just say we're singing along and just, you know, just kind of like right after the match. Like I say, it was just like, he's just trying to cheer Drew up out there, but it's like you don't really kind of like, you just lost this match and now we're someone doing karaoke and having Tyson Fury just sing along with them and whatnot. Because did you think it was gonna be Tyson Fury and Roman next for the title?
At first I did. And then until I saw the handshake and then Tyson Fury saw already, after that little sing along thing, once I saw that, I like, all right, it ain't no match between them. I was glad too. I was like, man, nah, I don't want to see nothing like that.
Yeah, because I'm like,
You know,
yeah, I don't think I need to really see it. Did I believe Drew was gonna win? In some doses, I did.
yeah, some doses I really did. The
I kind
last
of believe he
one kid
was.
did before the referee got pulled out the ring. I thought that was it. I was like, oh, okay, here we go. Then he got pulled out the ring. I'm like, oh shit, damn, who could be here? They said Usos ain't here. Who is that? Then once I saw the nigga pop up, I ain't even need to see his face. I saw the body weight. I was like, oh, that's Solo. Then he pulled up his hood. I'm like, oh, okay, then that is him. And I
So
kind of,
like
you know. There's something screwy was going to have to happen for Roman to win because I don't think he was going to win over Drew clean.
clean. Like it had to be some shenanigan. And I'm glad they did call Solo up though, which I went along with Roman and like that was a no brainer. I feel like they gonna be the ones to he gonna be the one like to kick out Sammy like, no, I'm in now. You out. So like I think it's gonna be a point they gonna kick out Sami Zayn um out of the whole bloodline thing. And as for Austin Theory, yeah, I think I may have spoke on this with about Austin Theory before, but I feel like I'm getting more questions about this. Like, Do you think his booking is probably? I feel like it's been changing lately.
Who?
Austin Theory.
Oh yeah, I noticed that. I noticed that, of course, because it's not the same people. And like I was telling my brother, I'm like, it's not the same people who booking him. One was very high on him, and another
Hey,
wasn't.
hey, hold, you muffle. I can barely hear you.
Yeah,
You're not.
I told my brother, I told my brother, I'm like, man, it's two different people booking him. One was very high on him, and the other one is not. Like people were like, "Oh man, they already changing their mind over Austin Theory." No, it's two different people booking him. It's like, do y'all remember how he was being booked under Triple H the first time when he was under?
Yeah, let's remember that. Yeah, definitely remember that.
He was a goofball. Duh. So why do you think anything was going to change when Triple H was going to be booking him again?
Like Vince made him into a star.
Triple uh Triple H don't see the same thing Vince see. He don't.
He don't.
Uh,
And I'm like my friend Isaiah. I hope the guy they don't have Gargano go over him. I hope they don't, especially if it's for the briefcase. I'm like, please don't do that.
I mean, at the same time, I don't care. It's like that's one whole. That's the whole thing about it with Austin Theory and the whole thing. It's like he always been that person that I just didn't care. It's like, oh, well, he won the money in the bank. Oh, okay, let's see how this goes. I wasn't really like clamoring for him to win the money in the bank. Like, oh, okay, let's see how this goes. I really not really howl him like that. Everybody else is for some of those reasons, but I'm
Uh,
not.
yeah, I remember the whole like this man needs to be the one. He's the next John Cena, or he has to beat John Cena, or something like that.
So that's why I'm not really howl him. And then with the whole other Johnny Gargano thing, like man, yeah, I mean, at the same time, like what would it do? What would it really do? Like we was out, it wasn't like it was too many fans that were really like really was on like on this man bandwagon anyway like that. You had some fans like you were saying, you had the fans that were saying he was the next John Cena. But at the same time, you had some fans that were saying like they would really put the money in the bank on him. Like you had a lot of fans that really wasn't really with him being the money in the bank. Like with the whole little Johnny Gargano thing, it's like it's one of those forgettable type of things. It's a forgettable feud. Like I not how both of them. So for for me to pick, I really don't care. Like uh no.
Yeah, it's kind of whatever. Cause like even I kind of look at the Gargano thing is kind of whatever. Also, like don't get me wrong, he got a good pop when he returned and everything, but I was kind of give or take with Gargano whether he returned to the company or not. It's like I don't really care. Like I've always been kind of iffy on him anyways throughout the years and whatnot. I just think it's kind of crazy when people be telling me like this is going to be the man to beat Roman Reigns for the title. I'm like, I'm sorry, what now?
Nah, he not gonna be the person. Of course he
Or
not.
he will main event WrestleMania against Roman. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Like, dude, it's Gargano. Like,
Not
come
gonna
on.
ever be any day. I mean any WrestleMania. Real talk.
Like I said, like I feel like he'd be good mid card, but I don't really see him as like main event guy, like especially right now and whatnot. Like don't get me wrong, it's not like he went bad NXT. Like we can go back to the feuds with Champa or the match with Andrade and everything, but I always felt he kind of got exposed after the whole feud with Adam Cole and whatnot. And there's a lot of things to say about Gargano. Just a lot of people say he didn't have the personality. That's why they had that way gimmick, or he's been called Johnny Same Face for a minute. I'm sure you know that joke and whatnot, but you know, even when he left, because I remember everybody thought he was going to go to AEW, and that didn't end up happening. But the minute Triple H and them got power, like, come on, you already knew he was going to go back to. Then that was a no brainer. After that, so I don't like I say it's give or take for me when he returned. Like it's okay either way. But motherfuckers act like this was like the second coming of the next big thing returning to the WWE or something. I'm like, let's kind of slow our rolls here. Like he had a good pop, and I'm not saying he didn't, but I'm like, motherfuckers act like he about to be the world champion or something. I'm sorry, I don't see that. I really don't.
Nah, he ain't gonna be no world champion, but Intercontinental U.S. championship, most definitely. I definitely can see that happening for him, but no world championship. Nah, not at all.
And I like how
And
some people, I don't mean to cut you off, but I like how some people try to compare like, well, Daniel Bryan became champion, he was small, or Rey Mysterio. I'm sorry, those two are very different than Johnny Gargano. Okay, like Danielson, how can I say this? Like with him, it's a lot from the gimmick, and I always thought Danielson has always been pretty stocky. Like, yeah, he did look somewhat
never
small, but he was very stocky.
with Johnny, he was always stocky. You know what I'm saying? He has some build to him. And it ain't not no Johnny. Johnny skinny, man. Johnny just little. So it's like, yeah, nah. They're two different type of situations. I can't, like I said, I can't never see him being a world champion, man. That's just out of the question for me. I can't see it.
And Rey Mysterio had like a certain aura to him that made him really special. And even I kind of go back with Ray back in '05 or '06. He was, don't get me wrong, Ray's small, but Ray was jacked to the freaking gills like in '05, '06, if you remember that. Like Ray was like big. Like
Yeah, yeah. I can't agree with these people, man.
I'm sorry, I always somebody told me like Johnny Gargano's like the type of guy that you see in the mall and ask like, so where's the sunglasses hat at? The sunglasses store at?
Like I man, I think like in ring ability, the boy could go. The guy he really one of the top in ring performers out there. He could go, but just can't get behind him as a world champion though.
Yeah, because I think, like I said, like, I just can't see that. And I think people kind of overhyped him in his return back to the WWE now and whatnot, thinking like this is gonna be the world champion. I'm like, I don't see that, and I don't see him going over Austin Theory. But it can be give or take on that at the same time too. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with that, but you can obviously see his booking has changed right now and whatnot. As for Drew, I think he's going to be going against Cross next.
Yeah, that's the next one. It's
They
gonna.
didn't have Cross talk about him for like several weeks on SmackDown now at this point.
I definitely know. Think he's gonna get crossed next. And to
Yeah,
be with you, I bring on that match. Bring it on. I want
that's going
it.
to be good.
That's gonna be good. They're gonna be hard hitted. They're gonna be beating the mess out of each other. Yes, give me that match. Give it to me.
Yep. And I'll say this last thing too. Who is next for Roman?
Man, they ain't true. Who is next for Roman? I don't know.
I still think Cody's going to be the one, but he ain't back yet.
But the time is getting closer though. The time is getting closer and closer.
So
We
I'm
at
still
September. We at September right now. By the end of this year, January, we're gonna be seeing them soon. I, the time is getting closer.
because who else is credible right now in taking on Roman?
We need to start building the. Yeah, that's true. One thing I want to say though, we need to start building the dissension of the bloodline though. To be honest with you, because that's the only way I can see Roman losing the title, unless he don't have his guys with him anymore. It's always something, It's all that's the only reason why he ended up retaining the titles all the time. It's always a bloodline. So if we disband the bloodline, I think that's you could really believe Roman loses the title after that.
Yep, and now you got Solo there, so
Yeah,
now you'd make him more powerful now. So like you gotta wonder like who's next for him, or I'm sure everybody's still saying, it could be The Rock, WrestleMania.
You can do that WrestleMania match without the title though.
Yeah, because I like I feel like everybody goes back to that clip on Young Rock. They basically just kind of told you like, oh yeah, the match is coming, folks. It's coming. Acknowledge me. Like they're already playing it out for us on a different TV show. So they're already trying to do that. So yeah, you gotta wonder who is gonna be next for Roman right now. So that's a real big question all this. But overall though, this was a very good show. I really did enjoy it. This was fun. I enjoyed the show a lot. Cardiff was an awesome crowd. They're a big part of it too because they help make a lot of these matches even feel bigger too. Like the best thing, like I said, the match of the night for me was the Intercontinental title match. I enjoyed the main event and I enjoyed Riddle and Rollins out there. The 6-woman tag was good. It was good, predictable, but it was still pretty good. Um, I'm trying to remember what else. Edge and Mysterio versus Judgment Day was pretty good. I know everybody's mostly talking about the Domminick heel turn, which we already went through. Which it's either sink or swim, but it was okay. But we knew that was coming. The weakest match I felt out of the entire night was the SmackDown Women's Title with Morgan and Bazler. So that's how I look at it. But I think it was an overall really good show.
Um, we just about had the same. We was on the same page with everything. The weakest match was the Shayna and Liv match to me. The best match was the Intercontinental Championship match. Overall, the show was good, top to bottom. 6 matches, you can't go wrong with that. Um, we I know we gonna have our hands full on Monday when we review AEW 14 matches.
Oh
You know,
boy.
yeah, but 6 matches, very good. All of it was at least decent to good. And I can't complain.
Yeah, so like I say, it was pretty good. And whatnot. Uh, and stuff. So like I said, I enjoyed this show a lot. But yeah, we are gonna be back with another review. I don't know if we're gonna be reviewing Worlds Collide tomorrow, depending when that show starts. I don't know if it starts at the same time like it started today and
And,
everything.
and I'm going to see Dragon Ball Super tomorrow. So
I gotta
that
check that out.
so I might that might end up being an interference right there too. But I want to see I want to watch World Collide, but it's just going to be have to be after the movies.
Yes, I don't know if we're gonna be reviewing that show and that. We'll see about that one, but it's guaranteed for All Out though. Because hey, I
Yeah,
was at Rampage last night. Like I know we already talked about this before we even did the review, but yeah, I was actually there and I had great seats and whatnot. So like I said, I never planned on even going, but yeah, let's just say somebody came through at the last second, which I didn't even expect, and I really thank them for that. And I had a very fun time still though last night uh at the show. But yeah, this pay-per-view yeah, we will be back Monday for that because we already know these AEW pay-per-views run like 7 hour long shows with like damn near 25 matches. So
yeah.
get ready for a marathon tomorrow night. Get the coffee. But other than that though, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at Hooded Night 890. You got anything to plug before we go?
Well, no, just follow me on Twitter, Straight Face 40, and thanks for having me on the show.
Okay, but yeah, thank you once again also. So yeah, we are done from here and we will see you on Monday, most likely for the all out review. So out of here and peace.